Kiplinger article that says there's four major ways. Tired of seeing these fake articles, headlines that get you in here. Let's see what they said. Bundle your policies. That's pretty obvious. Ask for a discount. I hope you did. The third one is called raise your deductible. That's pretty clear you can do that. Improve your credit score, which is actually a pretty good one. That's 1 out of 4 that I kind of agree with. Now, I actually did a little bit of research for you guys and personal opinion on some of these things. I even went through and looked at what can make the biggest impact on your policy. There's a couple pieces people don't realize make the biggest impact. Number one, you can always rerun the evaluation on your house. So what insurance companies have been raising the rates based on is something called the replacement cost. It's what they estimate it'll cost to replace your house. If you haven't seen the news where there was the whole scam or the whole thing with State Farm coming out and the CEO who got fired for saying these things, it said that the whole thing was based on the value. And that's not true for 95% of the companies out there. They might calculate the value to a point, but it's based on what the cost of material is, which technically follows the value to a percentage. And so the value of your house may have gone down because the cost of materials might have gone down. It's always likely that's going to happen, but I'll give you another example. We have one carrier, which is probably one of my favorite carriers, who just ridiculously prices the replacement cost estimate. I have another carrier who's almost as good or is as good, who undervalues it and lets you increase it. So knowing the agent that understands those pieces and can quote you correctly is going to make the biggest impact. That's the second main way to do that, is trust the agent with their knowledge and what they're doing. That's why it's hard for agents to come into the industry and be successful, because most of them just want to sell you the quickest, easiest thing out there. By the way, if you are shopping for home or auto or business insurance, I'll put a link in the description below where you can work with an independent agent that's able to look at these different carriers and give you their best opinion on what you should have coverage-wise. The biggest piece is, again, trusting the person that you're talking to, because I found that is the largest impact that you're going to have. That's also the person you're going to be asking for those discounts, and understand that there are discounts. So if they don't know, even though you asked them, because they weren't trained properly, then they're not going to know to give you the discount for being a credit union member. They won't know that 50 plus with certain carriers or certain companies is a discount. They won't know that being retired, low mileage, all of those pieces that you would expect to get weren't listed on your policy. So you're actually paying more for something that you don't have to pay for. The third piece is to change your roof. I know it's putting money into the house. Whoa. For those that love their home, the biggest piece for insurance is pride of ownership. It's not coverage. It's not actually even a thing. But when adjusters go out, when underwriters look at your home, when you're purchasing new insurance, all of those pieces, if they don't see pride of ownership, they're not going to let you continue with their company. That's a huge piece for them. If there's vines growing up the house, you're going to get denied. You're going to get canceled. All of those things that you hear those horror stories on, that's what you're seeing in the news. In those cases, pride of ownership is a big thing. But part of pride of ownership is having a good roof. If your roof is not in good condition and that inspector comes out, it's over. They end the policy right then and there. If it's been replaced within the last 10 years, let your agent know, because there is discounts for that. The fourth one is nothing you really can control except for being loyal to a current insurance. That's one of the larger discounts. Yes, shopping early is a discount. Doing bundles, home and auto is a discount. Renters and auto is a discount, which actually can save you quite a bit. Comparing policies across the board. That's why that link is in the description, where you can talk to the agent, do policy comparisons. But loyalty is a major piece in insurance, along with credit. Yeah, like I said, all those things. If you've been with a company for 3 years or more, then you're getting what's called a loyalty discount with the next carrier that you go with, at least the good ones. Those companies are wanting your business, and they're willing to credit you for the loyalty you've had with the previous company. Now, there's very few companies that even do a loyalty discount anymore, where they used to say, well, you've been with us for 10 or 20 years. Every year, we're going to give you a discount. Companies like Progressive do discounts like that. So the longer you've been with them, you get the gold and the emerald and all of these different perks, not necessarily price focused, but they start giving accident forgiveness, all of these pieces that are benefits that you may want to have down the road. Now, if you do have a claim, you're not going to be penalized as heavy because you've been with that company for so long. Now, these other companies are looking at that, oh, well, we want their business because if they've been with them for 8 years, we can keep them as a customer for 8 years. If we give them a loyalty discount, then that might be a benefit to them that wants to come over to our world. That's one of the major discounts that you can get. The only caveat with that, as I'll be honest, is most of the loyalty discounts fall off over time. So after 3 to 5 years, that loyalty discount only lasts for a certain amount of time because most customers do shop around that 5-year mark. And a fifth bonus one is to avoid small claims. On your house policy, it doesn't matter who's at fault. The house is always blamed. And if the house is blamed, it's the one that gets the increase. If there's a fire, then the house is blamed. If there's water damage, the house is blamed. If there's someone that tripped and fell down, the stairs were bad, so the house is blamed. That means your policy, regardless of who or what happened, if it pays out on a claim, is going to see an increase. Typically 15% or more is what you're going to see depending on the severity of the claim. If you have a claim that's going through and you realize it's only a few $100s, is it worth raising your policy a few $100s per year because of that claim? And that claim doesn't just start with the current carrier, it follows you for a few years, typically 3, sometimes 5, depending on the state that you live in. Those are the major ways that you can save on your house policy. Let me know what your thoughts are. Is there a discount that you guys found that was helpful or beneficial that wasn't listed in this group? I'm Mark with Think Insurance. I'll see you in the next one.